What if I told you that even Nelson Mandela, the world's symbol of peace, had secrets, struggles, and decisions that shook the very foundation of South Africa? Welcome to Mzanzican. I'm your girl, Lovely P. And today, we're diving into the untold story of Nelson Mandela, the man behind the legend. Let's take a look of his life, from prison to president. After 27 long years behind bars, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela walked out of Victor Verster prison in 1990, not as a broken man, but as a symbol of hope. South Africa was on the edge. The world was watching. And Mandela? He was ready to lead a divided nation into the unknown. But here's what most people don't talk about. Mandela didn't just walk into freedom and power. He walked into chaos. There were threats on his life, angry political factions, and a country boiling with fear and revenge. Yet, he somehow kept calm, wearing that famous warm smile that said, "I got this." The politics of peace. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic election, and like a true movie ending, Mandela became the country's first black president. But peace didn't come with the presidency. It came with a heavy price. Mandela chose reconciliation over revenge. He invited his former enemies to the table, created the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and said, "We must forgive, but not forget." Some called him a saint. Others said he went too soft, especially on those who benefited from apartheid. Many black South Africans expected radical change, land redistribution, and justice. But Mandela's approach was diplomacy, calm. Maybe too calm for some. While white South Africans feared losing everything, black South Africans waited for the promises of freedom, jobs, land, and equality. But those dreams moved slower than a taxi on Friday traffic in Joburg. The man at home. Behind the presidential smile was a man torn by personal battles. Mandela's marriage to Winnie Madikizela Mandela had survived prison walls, but not the politics of freedom. Their love, once fiery and powerful, fell apart under the pressure of public life, betrayal, and scandal. While Mandela preached unity, his home life was falling apart. The two separated in 1992 and divorced in 1996. He later married Graça Machel, widow of Mozambique's president Samora Machel, proving that even Madiba needed peace, not just for a nation, but for his heart. The good, the great, and the controversial. Now, let's talk about the good, the great, and the parts Mzansi doesn't always talk about. Mandela built bridges, literally and politically. He created jobs through the Reconstruction and Development Program, worked to bring water and electricity to rural areas, and opened South Africa to global investors. He gave the country something money couldn't buy: dignity. But let's keep it real. His government also faced major challenges. The economy still favored the wealthy, corruption started creeping into the ANC ranks, and the promises of land reform were left hanging. Some called it compromise, others said it was betrayal. Mandela wanted peace so badly that some people felt he ignored the economic pain of the poor. He was healing a nation, but maybe not fast enough for those still living in shacks. The world's hero versus Mzansi's reality. The world saw him as a hero, a saint, even a miracle worker. But in South Africa, he was also human, loved by millions, criticized by some, and misunderstood by others. Mandela himself once said, "I'm not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying." That's the Mandela many people never got to see. The man who carried guilt, loss, and the impossible pressure of making everyone happy. The legacy lives on. When Mandela stepped down in 1999, he left behind a fragile democracy and a hopeful nation. His story didn't end with his death in 2013. It still shapes who we are today. So when you see his face on money or statues, remember, he wasn't just a hero, he was human, a man who made mistakes, who sacrificed, and who loved South Africa enough to put peace above power. I'm Lovely P, and this has been Mzanzican, where history meets the heart of Mzansi. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because next time, we're uncovering the untold story of South Africa's First Lady of Fire, Winnie Madikizela Mandela. See you, besties. Peace and power. Bye!